When you over-intellectualize and instead of sitting and practicing, you're just learning more, getting more, acquiring more. That's not how it is. Dharma has to fruition with direct accomplishment. I'm going to speak much more from my own experience and what I've seen. I think we are too much in the head all the time, because teachings are so much more easily accessible. Wonderful teachers are so generous in teaching, and so much material is accessible in different languages and so forth. So I think people accumulate a lot of knowledge, and while that is very important, knowledge is very important. When you over-intellectualize and instead of sitting and practicing, you're just learning more, getting more, acquiring more. And you think that by knowing a subject, reading a subject, thinking a subject, you're going to accomplish. That's not how it is. Dharma has to fruition with direct accomplishment. And so one of the obstacles is that where people are beginning to sort of compensate practice by listening more, getting more, reading more, and sort of knowing more. And I think people don't realize that they're left with nothing in their hand ultimately. They may have gotten so many things. For example, when I sometimes joke, when I go to Buddhist Sangha members' house, shelves and shelves of Dharma books, But then you have to really look down to how many of these things you're going to really accomplish. So that's one of the obstacles. The other thing I think is impatience. People are very impatient, and that's of course one of the traits of our times, with all the speed with which everything works, whether it is our phones or whether it is messaging systems or anything. Everything happens very quickly. Dharma doesn't happen that quickly. And people become very impatient. And so, 2 weeks of retreat and then they think, oh, nothing is happening or something. So I feel people need to really have an understanding of the importance of being patient with one's own self and one's own path and progress. It's very, very important to do so. Then I think another obstacle that many of us as practitioners have is uncertainty. It's a very interesting factor is that we think we have devotion, but we are not certain. We know we should be compassionate, but we are not certain. There's a sense of uncertainty. We know we should let go of attachment, but we're not certain. So everything is just sort of uncertain. From samsara to nirvana, when you have to transition. But here now, in today's times, the obstacle is we're trying to get the best of both. When you look at how our great teachers practiced the Dharma, at a certain point, the Dharma has to become so important that you really surrender to Dharma. What does it mean? Surrender to Dharma is your thinking has to be from the view of Dharma. Your attitude, your conduct has to be in accord with the Dharma. You should eliminate the things that are destructive, negative emotions. You should cultivate good qualities. And that's actualizing Dharma, accomplishing Dharma. Now, in today's times, we know this, but we're going to do next week or after the retreat or next year when I retire, all of these. So we have sort of this left things all pending. And that seems to be a big obstacle in our path. And there are so many more like these, of course. But let's just mention these three first.